A very good morning to everyone out there. If you're watching from your car, you're watching from your sitting room, from your bed, I want to wish you a very good morning, and I want to dedicate that song to all the beautiful girls out there, to all the ladies out there that have woken up so early to go to the field and hustle. It is not easy for a lady to be there, but bravo, you're doing it fine, and just a girl like you deserves everything and everything good. My name is Lexa, and today we are here for Youth Hub. You know the usual time, you know what we do here. We entertain you, we give you the information, we bring you what is out there in the field, and it's always done by me and the two gentlemen, Migo Sports MC and Trendy. Unfortunately, today they decided to run off to field and get us content there, so they're out in the field. They will be joining us the next weekend, but I'm Lexa, and I'm going to be taking you through these hours or the remaining minutes of the show, give you fun, entertain you, and vibe up with you. I don't know where you've been for your week. I don't know how your week has been, but to me, my week has been good. My week has been shining, and obviously God has kept us alive, and we want to thank Him for that. But today we are also joined up by two gentlemen. As we usually host, I host with two gentlemen. I'm joined up by two gentlemen, but this time in a perspective of guests. And we are going to take you through this hour with a very, very sensitive discussion with something that I should say shapes up the future of Uganda and more and beyond that. I would let them do the introduction before I give you the topic for the day, or before I tell you what we have ready for you, what I've been cooking for you this entire week. And I think I'll start with the gentleman on my right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our studio.
Thank you so much.
I'll briefly give an introduction to our viewers out there, your name and where you've come from.
Well, my name is Kitau Shafiq. I've come from Kololo High School, where I serve as the chairperson Students Council, and as the Wales serve the Uganda National Students Association as the Secretary of Finance for Kampala District Executive Committee.
So you manage the money, you manage what comes in.
Exactly. I'm
sitting with the rich guy. I hope before we leave here you'll do me justice. And I'm pushing over to the other gentleman. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think you'll also give us an introduction and tell us more about you.
My name is Kagezi Twaha, son Pastoral Dale, and I am the Deputy Speaker, Kololo High School, as well as the Vice Chairperson, Disciplinary Committee.
Okay.
And thank you for the pleasure of being here. And I do believe he is my boss. And where he is, I am here too.
I'm sitting with big titles today. You don't know Trendy and Migos, if you're out there and you're seeing this, these are big titles. I don't know if you will reserve your gems here today. After today, I think things are going to change a little bit, because what do you mean I'm sitting with the guy that holds the money for the association and the Prime Minister? Deputy Speaker. Oh wow. And today, having such big titles in studio with me, I want us to be looking at something. I want us to discuss a very sensitive topic, a topic that has excluded many students regarding maybe their age or the classes they're in and so on. They have been neglected, but we want to bring up that topic. We want to discuss and see the power of the student voices in shaping Uganda's future. Now, before we dive so much into that, I would love to understand from you, what does the term student voices, when you hear student voices, what comes to your mind first?
I think of what the students think on mind first of all, because they can't have a voice without what they think. The perspective of the students is what I call the student's voice. Okay. Yeah.
So more of what the students have to say about something is what it means to you. Exactly. By the student voices.
Exactly.
And why is it important to have students speak up about certain issues, national issues?
Well, you know, students are the future of the country.
Yeah.
That's definite. And when they come up to speak about issues that actually are happening, I think we are securing the future of the and the generation as well. Because when we grow up, as time goes on, we change, we become the future, and the generations that are on fade away.
Yeah.
And we have ourselves as the new generation. So that's why it's very important for us to have discussions about issues of national importance.
Now, talking about having issues of national importance and talking about allowing them speak, briefly, would you tell us about what UNSA does, the Uganda National Students Association, what it does and how it is helping, how it is bridging up the gap for the students to also have a voice in shaping the country's future?
Thank you. And for the UNSA, the Uganda National Students Association, I do believe that it has done great since it has granted the permission to the students, the youth actually, to participate into leadership.
Yeah.
You know, UNSA is building up the incoming generation itself, preparing them to participate into leadership. Since the students, our voices are heard, but not on the national level, so they ain't impactful at all. So UNSA is trying to bridge that gap to prepare us and prepare my fellows out there into us stepping to the national level.
Talking about bridging up the gap and bridging up the space, how far has UNSA gone so far to make sure that the student voices are also heard?
Well, I would say that through UNSA, we have been represented straight to the president himself, since he's the main patron. As my boss has said over there, that we have levels. So from the school level to the district level up to the national level.
Okay.
Yes. So through that, UNSA has been able to take on our voices, since to the school level we submit to the district level, and the district level submits our voices to the national level. So ensuring the fact that our voices are heard. Yes.
Now, having the district levels and all that, how does a student who is in school and does not have access to maybe the cabinet or furthermore the different levels make sure that their views are getting out there? How do you put them out to the district level?
Well, students are represented right away from class. UNSA has a structure where a class has two people, two representatives, male and female.
In each school?
Yeah, in each school, each class.
Okay.
So having these two representatives, the two representatives for each class come together to vote for an executive for the school. And that executive is the representation of the whole council. The other two make up the council, but the executive represents the council. So the ideas of each and every one in that class go through the councillors, from the councillors to the executive. Now the executive send a message to us who are on the district executive, then us the district executive make sure information is taken to those who are actually concerned about it.
Okay. And now, considering the fact that you both are at Kololo High, coincidentally, I don't know if Kololo High decided to represent UNSA today, how do you think Kololo High would have student ideas or innovative ideas be put out there and be put to work to shape up the future?
Well, in that case, I do believe, first of all, the students, as the students' council actually, will have to first step to the floor, down to the floor, back to earth, and reach out to these people that had to put us into power to serve them. So through this post, we have to reach out to the, I would say, the school affairs, together with the inter-school affairs, since these are the major people in charge of these, listening to the voices of these people. But also, as the deputy speaker, I'm also in charge of the students' rights. So what I have to make sure that their voices are heard through me to my chairperson, through my chairperson to the HM of the school. So, and I do believe, since our chairperson has the direct contact to the district level, he has a greater chance to connect with the district, the UNSA, the patron at the district level. And I do believe I will be able to collect ideas from the students themselves, bring them to the executive body for discussion, find a way to pave it, since we can't just barge in directly to someone's office. And after that, I do believe, to my chairperson, I'll go with my chairperson to the HM, request for permission in show of respect. After that, we'll have to reach out to the district level itself, talk about the ideas that we have collected from these students themselves, emphasize more, come what may, we're elected to serve them, not serve ourselves. Yes.
And I believe being part of UNSA, it has given you leadership opportunities. It has given you a platform.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to be involved in policy making of far beyond a school, let's say coming up with an education policy that would favor the rest of the students, what would that one thing be that you think would have to change in a country so that we see the future a bit more better and a bit more shaped and all that?
I think the main thing would be how the curriculum of the students is being set.
You have a problem with the Ugandan curriculum?
Not a problem particularly, but how it is being brought up.
How it is being brought up.
Without the students' knowledge.
Okay.
Because it would be so good if the students knew about what is being set for them. That would be the best. This curriculum is brought, it is very good, but the way it's being developed into the students is a bit problematic. Some of these students study from schools which are not well off, schools that cannot provide each and everything. But then when you look at the way the curriculum is driving them crazy, you look at how they have to adapt to it. But then if there was some consultation from the students, that would be the best thing, I think. So that is a policy that I would bring up. At least we have representation from the students down to know what do they want, how do they want this education to, and how is this education is going to help them. So when they're involved, because we are the stakeholders, that is as a matter of fact, if involved, that's when we can have the best of the future of Uganda.
Okay, thank you so much about that. Now, driving from his point of the Ugandan curriculum, now being part of UNSA, I'm sure someone must have already put out an idea like that maybe back then or preparing to put it out there. Do you think student voices are genuinely heard at a much bigger level?
First of all, I would say not quite.
Okay, why so?
Well, as far as, let me give a clear example. Back to the Parliament of Uganda itself. I rarely hear them talk about the youth or the students themselves. Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
They discuss more about the country's wellness.
Yeah.
Emphasizing more on the finance. Yeah, money is needed, but then money is needed to be invested into someone who's going to bring it to its work.
Okay.
But then, yeah, and this someone I do believe are the youth. Me ain't abandoning any other person, but I do believe the youth, since we are the incoming generation, we also have to be heard. But the problem happens to be that they are like proposals put on a desk and left there.
Okay.
Then other matters are handled first. Then we are like, I would say, we are something that is remembered when now they feel like we are needed.
When you've said something more about it. So in short, you think the students are not so much catered for, or they are so forgotten in the parliamentary discussions?
Yes.
With the ideas having tabled during their discussions and all that, we've obviously heard about the youth empowerment and the small organizations that they do to empower the youth. So if we've not taken part if you've not taken that opportunity or the chance to be part of the youth organizations, how do you think you're going to best benefit from it? And how do you think they're going to listen to your voices if you're not taking part in what they have put up for you?
Well, in my point of view, I would say that that will be something that is normally brought up to blindfold us. But I do believe a great number of youth have joined these youth forums, the organizations. And if you happen to look out, it's true they have joined them. But the only problem happens to be one that at times the organizations that are organized, put up there for the youth, happen to be not quite influential, or I would say not quite hard themselves. They are organizations put there as in, I would say, a decorative body, just put there. Yet, yeah, we'll be talking about our hurtings, the feelings that we have, our opinions, and the discussions will end there within the room, not moving out. And whenever the people who are representing us are there to utter out our points of views on a certain issue, I do believe they are kind of pushed aside at times. Yes.
Back to the point of we are not well catered for during the parliamentary discussions. Well, why do you think the problem is? Where do you think the loophole is in the fact that we have people that are representing us out there? The way you've said, we have representatives in every class in high schools, and we also have people at the district level and people that have much easier access maybe to the last level, maybe that is the president. Why do you think the loophole is? Because from ground, apparently from his argument from ground, the discussions are very clear. The points are taken note of, and the information is well delivered to the next level. So why do you think the loophole is between that, let me say, the district level and the last level? Why do you think the loophole is?
Well, I do believe after submitting these concerns of the students, I think they are not cared of. Some of these people tended to listen. You know, in Uganda, we have a problem of people that listen to the problem. They understand there is a problem, but they don't take action to the problem. So at least when we get people or these leaders that are going to be there for us, when you understand, when you look at something, you don't just leave it on the table. At least take action. Okay. That is the only problem.
And do you think there is a fair judgment or a fair representation at the district level?
Yeah, I do believe there is fair representation because each group is represented, even those that are disabled. There is a secretary for disabilities. So these people are well represented.
Now, if you had a chance, because I believe you have a few years to live Kololo High, or you're already in your last year there.
And I still have some.
You still have some years. You would be joining campus in a few years from now.
Yes.
What is that one thing you wish or you feel if you get to campus you would have a much more easier access to a certain level, right? You would have that access to a certain level, let's say the district level. What do you think would be implemented to change the flow of information from high school or from the last level down to that level for easier communication to the last level so that student issues are also catered for?
Well, on that point, I do believe, first of all, that one point I would wish to emphasize more is the easier access to the higher up officers.
Let me cut you a bit short. What do you mean easier access to the last offices? Right now when you're in your high school, you do not have clear access to the other levels?
Well, it's a long process.
It's a long process?
Yeah, a letter, you have to wait. It has to be, maybe you write a letter maybe today, and you have to wait for a week to pass, then maybe it will be accepted in the next month. And then after that, you reach at the secretary's table or the ones, the recipient, and she'll be like, well, my boss is kind of busy, please, you have to wait. And then the more we delay, the voices of these people aren't heard at all.
Yeah.
So that means my time will come, or I will cease to into power, and then I'll be having nothing to present to these people that put me into power. Because I have exhausted my time into leadership.
Yeah.
And because I've not done this because I've been, the issue has been procrastinated a lot, being pushed to another day, and that's very common in the offices of Uganda.
Definitely, that is true. Yeah.
And I do believe once I happen to get such a chance, I would emphasize the easy access to these offices.
Okay.
Yes. And the other thing is that, whereby I happen to say so, is that these offices, I don't believe, because at this generation, refer to the Gen Z one that we are in, I do believe some of us have matured at a young age, truly. So I don't believe that it's always a matter of someone being at maybe, let me say 30, 20 to be heard. I do believe, in course, the Baganda also have a saying that goes, so I don't know why that thing ain't emphasized at all here in Uganda. It's just a saying that rhymes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Away from the saying, I think someone that understands that side better would be able to explain it in a much more clearer way. No, for me not to mislead you or mislead the viewers out there, but apart from UNSA, what other institutions create a much safer space for students to air out their views or to give out their suggestions about how we can make the country a better place?
There is the National Youth Council. The National Youth Council, currently led by Ongom. I've forgotten the other name, but it's called Ongom. So the National Youth Council comes straight from villages, and it represents the youth. And I believe most of the students are youth. So being youth means when they engage in the National Youth Council, they can get to understand about their rights, get to raise their voices, and when they are heard, everything gets out clearly.
Okay.
So the National Youth Council is there structured also to represent the students' voice.
Okay, now coming, I want to have a future-based question. What do you think, what sort of Uganda, what kind of Uganda do you think students expect to see in the next 10 years? Obviously, we are now done with the elections, the election process. We now know the members of parliament, we have the youth leaders, we also know the president and the ministers that are current that would help us achieve something. So what do you think students think, or what kind of Uganda do they want to see in the next 10 years to come?
So in that case, in my point of view, I do believe the kind of Uganda they would wish to see within the upcoming 10 years, that will be something like a Uganda where jobs are. I won't say easy to find, but a Uganda where jobs are there. And it's your time to go out and hunt for them. But this time around, I would wish to tell you that jobs are very difficult to find.
Have you tried finding one already?
Yes, actually I have.
New curriculum?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So in that case, as why I've tried finding a job, I do believe I would like to support our generation. The Gen Z, it's been a generation whereby some of us have grown up in poor backgrounds, and we have to work hard in order to
change
help.
that.
Yes, because I have a mother seated at home, and I don't want to see my mother suffer at all. And I have to reach out to the field, find this job, but the problem will be like the qualifications are kind of too high and complicated.
2 years experience,
yes. And I do know that these students out there, because really we are studying hard. Some of us want to become doctors, finish all the 10 years in primary level plus the nursery level, come to secondary, those are 6 years, something like 16. Now for me, who wants to become a nutritionist, then I have to beat it with something like 5 to 6 years.
At university?
Yes, and I'm putting in a lot of money, but then I'm going to come into the field world, the field of job hunting, and then it will be like the jobs ain't available at all. You don't have the qualifications. Actually, in terms, the connections, if you lack connections, none.
What do you know up there? But I'm sure you must have also heard of be a job creator. So at this point in the new curriculum, I expect you to must have gathered or mastered up some skills to create something for you, or not to rely and expect that you're going to get a job that someone else has already created.
Well, in that case, yeah, the ideas, these students have ideas, but the only problem is funding. The funding actually is too low. That's why I was like, I don't have any income source, and then I don't know where am I going to get the money from. I can't organize like a small store somewhere. The KCC people will come and take me off, and that's releasing another amount.
I'm sure you must have been missing out on Youth Hub discussions, because we have had this discussion before, and we have been encouraging people to start online small businesses. You don't necessarily need to start big or with a store in Kampala.
Yes.
You do need to start maybe small and start with online. If you're baking cakes, if you're doing food and nutrition, you have a lot of things to do. You explore cooking, you explore baking, you could start online. But I think that is going to be a discussion for later here. We've had that discussion before here on Youth Hub that I'm sure you must have missed out on. But we shall direct you where to find the discussion. Now, moving on to the next question. What is that one change you would like students to champion in the community?
The change that should come to them, like from themselves.
Yes, that they have to champion and make sure that it gets to the last point, start it and still end it.
Well, it should be focusing on academic excellence, first of all, because we do believe, all of us, that many stories come up. Me, I didn't study. Someone comes up and tells you, me, I didn't study, and I am successful. You know, I have a job.
Yeah.
I'm having money and stuff. But the best investment is education. So the youth and students must focus more on having education, having academic excellence, because we know we can thrive with that.
Yeah.
So focusing on academics, being the best in whatever you're doing, whatever subject you're doing, because we have students who are in A level and they're doing maybe, let's say, PEM, they're doing Hague, and you're not doing that combination perfectly. But get to that combination, please give in all your efforts, give in whatever it takes for you to win it, to get the 20 points. Now there are 17 that they changed the new curriculum. So please push to the 17 points. Don't stay static.
Oh, wow.
Don't let anyone tell you that, man, you can't make it when you go for academics. I had a story with one of the gentlemen at my home who actually told me that never so much in quotes, never so much yeah, but I have something in my mind. Me, I know if I study, I can't be like that gentleman. If he's successful, I'll be even more successful.
Amen.
Yeah, because having my books with me will take me somewhere. That is as a fact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with that, I would love to express myself and say that this is very unfair. It's just a few years that I've been out of high school and the points are now 17. I feel I should have been there. I should have been here working for 17 points, not 20. Why you people, you're listening the academic stress for these students? This is unfair. We're just a few years away from high school and things are already changing. But away from that, because we are time running and a little bit time bad, I would love if you had an opportunity. Now these are like your last remarks to the students out there, to everyone that has been listening to you. If you had an opportunity to address all Kololo High students and all students in Uganda, okay, let's say the students body at large in Uganda, what is that one thing you would love them to know, that you would love to tell them?
Well, I'll begin with, I think I have something like 3
okay.
or more. But
let's do the 3.
Okay. I do believe the one thing I would like them to know is that this world has never been for the weak. So giving up ain't an option at all.
Okay.
And the other thing is that you have to put it in mind that if people call you an opportunist, let it be. Because maybe, yeah, you are an opportunist, but you're you'll be reaping what you sow. Like whatever opportunity comes up, grab it, no matter what comes. And the other thing is that I would emphasize the fact that they should be calculating and strategic in whatever they do. Time has come whereby I'm a person who normally feels like in money stuff at times, I don't have to involve a lot of feelings. I just have to, yeah, I can play low. I show you that I'm emotional, but I'm just strategic, balancing whatever comes.
All right.
So they just have to put it in mind that this world has never been
the
for the
world
weak.
is not for the weak.
Yes.
And I'm going to push over to the gentleman on my right. What is that one thing you would love the students body at large in Uganda to know?
Oh, well, like I said, the students should understand that the academic excellence is something very important and vital. For them to excel, they have to own difference. They have to be different. I mean, be different from the rest of the people that are around you.
Yeah.
Be you. Being you doesn't mean like you be like someone who has been there for so long, but try to be someone who is you. Don't let anyone tell you anything that, man, you can't make it. Because we've seen people that made it. We've seen Bobby Wine. He came from trenches and he's my motivation. So someone that came from trenches right now, he's contesting for presidency. It means anyone can make it in life. So please, giving up is not an option. For us at Kololo High School, we don't give up, and we call ourselves kings and queens.
Exactly.
So kings and queens of Kololo High School out there, please, giving up is not an option, and it will never be an option. For us, we are aiming higher, we are aiming for greater horizons, and we shall make it at the end of that day. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. First, I would love to thank Kololo High School for sending in students to represent them, and they have been well represented. We've been having a discussion on a topic, the power of student voices in shaping Uganda's future. Now, for a closing question for the audience out there, for the viewers out there, or for someone that has been following, if every student decided to use their voice positively, what impact do you think it would have on Uganda's future, be it political, social, or economical? Or you can drive it to the point of the international relationships. What is that one impact you think they would have on Uganda's future? We're going to run in for a short break, and we're going to come back and have a much more lengthened discussion. Don't touch your remote. We are coming back. I'll bring it back. Thank you so much, Mr. Producer. Today we're working with a gentleman in the control room. Abe Prespa is one of the best producers, and we are working with the Kebres behind the cameras, and I think I'm dedicating this song to the both of them, and they owe me lunch for dedicating such a song to them, such a beautiful song to them this morning. I don't know how it works, but they owe me lunch, and today my lunch is on them. But thank you so much, and welcome back to everyone that has waited for us to come back from the short break. I hope you guys are still doing fine, and I hope the weekend is already moving on as swift as it can be. My weekend starts on a Wednesday, but for this time round it started on a Thursday, because whatever is happening is not nice. The economy is not smiling with me, so it had to start a bit late. And I want to welcome you back on set here with me. My name is Lex, and I'm still driving you through this. The gentlemen today are in the field. They are getting us content from outside their prom parties and all that. So if you're out there and you're having the gentlemen and you've dressed nice, just know you're well taken care of. They are going to handle you so well and so perfectly. But today I'm back in studio with two ladies, and I want to dedicate this show to every girl out there that is or is already experiencing the topic for the day. But before I give you the topic, allow me give my guests a chance, an opportunity to introduce themselves. I love my right side so much. I always begin with my people on the right. So I would love you to introduce yourself to the viewers today.
Okay, thank you so much, Lexa.
You
really look cute.
Thank you.
My name is Patricia Ketnanozi. I'm a student journalist, and I'm so glad to be here.
Okay, and I'm going to push over now for this. So she might be a little bit familiar for the people that have been catching up with us, but today she comes in a very different perspective.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. It's really my pleasure that I'm always invited. I'm really honored. Yeah, my name is Isimbi Gaila, and I'm guessing I'm not new to some people. And for those that are seeing me for the first time, my name is Isimbi Gaila. Yeah.
Okay. Those are the two ladies that we have in studio today, and we have been cooking so much for you and for everyone that is about to or is already experiencing their menstrual cycle. I believe this is the right show for you because today we are going to be diving so much into the menstrual health. Now, when we get to ages of 13, actually let me start with 9, because there are girls that experience it at an early age of 8 to 9. So a girl that is already 8 or 9 and you're having your menstrual cycle, you're already looking at blood and you're a bit scared, and you know your body changes are so high, things are happening at a very high rate. You do not have to feel insecure, but I believe this show here today is for you. We're going to dive so much into your menstrual health, what happens, your body changes that come along when you're going through your menstruation period, and you do not have to be scared, because these are very normal things that most of us have gone through and we're still going through. So to the guest on my right, about the body changes, very many girls get body changes. Breasts grow, things change on their bodies at a very tender age, and they're always very, very scared. What do you think, what kind of environment, or what do you think they should be more engaged in to feel a bit more secure? Because these girls are traumatized, they are bullied, they are talked to, your body is not the same as ours, and we're still young. So why do you think these girls should be?
I understand, but first of all, before those young girls even go into their menstrual cycle, I think the parents and the school, because these days kids spend a lot of time at school, the school should create what should I call them, counseling and guidance days, where they should, from starting like from 7, 8, 9, 10 upwards, I feel like they should have counseling and guidance to prepare them for this, you know, for the menstrual cycles. They should talk to them what happens. They should let them know that it is normal. It comes every month. All the information needed for them to, you know, go through all that, the menstrual times and the menstrual cycle, how they're going to feel. I feel like they should give them information for them to understand that this is normal, it has to happen, it happens, and it is really okay. Yeah, that is what the schools and the parents at large should do. They should let them know that it is fine, it is okay, and well, you know, even after the incident happening, I feel like the parents should, you know, create a safe space for them, should like show them some love, should help them. This is how we do this, this is how we do this, this is how you should feel, this is how you must feel, and it is totally normal.
Okay. Yes. Now we also have the premenstrual syndrome, the PMS. And I think that comes along with the body changes, the mood swings, the anxiety, the cravings that most men mistake for pregnancy alone. But if we tell you we are craving, it's not because we are lying. These things happen a lot. So next time I tell you I'm craving, please provide my cravings. But the premenstrual syndrome, how do you think girls can go through this process or through this period of the premenstrual cycle safely without feeling insecure about their bodies, without feeling left out in the society?
Well, first of all, it comes back to understanding your body and understanding you as a person. So, you know, as you have said, that it really contains a lot of stuff such as craving and all that, but also even the mood swings and, you know, all that, right? So when you get to understand yourself and get to know that when I'm in my menstrual cycle, I tend to be more sensitive, or I tend to be an introvert, or I tend to be an extrovert. Yeah, you know, it depends actually. And there's some people that are literally neutral. Their emotions don't change, but then the cravings, literally, somebody might lose appetite, or somebody might gain more appetite, right? So when you get to know that, you know, my body reacts like this when I'm in my menstrual, or when I'm about to go into my menstrual whatever cycle, I feel like it helps you get to control yourself and get to know how to, you know, take care of yourself and conduct yourself in people.
Now, very often we do have very many things that we do wrong when we're going through the menstrual cycle, and that is the personal hygiene, the menstrual and personal hygiene. Because I feel when it is that time of the month, the hygiene changes, the hygiene schedule changes a bit. What do you think girls are doing wrong every single time they're going through this cycle?
First of all, like Gaela said, first of all, you need to understand your body. You need to understand your body, and you need to understand that when that time comes, that time of the month, you know, as you said, the hygiene schedule has to change.
Yes,
you have to be super clean, because we are dealing with our body. You know, we are dealing with a very sensitive time of the month. Exactly. So you have to be extra clean. What women are doing wrong is making, yes, it should be normal, because this happens every month and we've gone through it over and over, and it is very normal. But what girls out there are doing is making it so normal that you can just wake up, as long as you just, you know, put that pad in, walk away, you could be an extrovert, go out there, hang out with people, be that jumpy kind of person. I understand the moods could obviously lead to that, because, you know, the changes, the hormonal changes are different. But of course, you have to have some point of, you know, relax. You have to, that is the time you have to be relaxed, you have to be suppressed. Of course, happy, you have to continue with your schedule, but I feel like you should be reserved a little bit. Even when the hormones are crazy, they're up there, you have to be, you know, because you're dealing with something very sensitive, something that deserves a lot of hygiene. And this is a part where I'm encouraging everyone out there, please be hygienic. Please try as much as you can to be hygienic. Because even when someone else looks at, I'm not saying that some let it happen or something, you know, for instance, you can be putting on a cloth and then accidentally, maybe you didn't put it pad very well
and you stain
up. Yeah, it really looks so bad. It's really so ashaming. So I'm urging you to please keep up the personal hygiene.
Okay, we have a very close relationship, menstruation and fertility. There is a very close relationship between that, but there is also a very big difference that is created by the environment or the people that we have in the environment. What do you think is the role of the men and the boys in the society to a girl who is experiencing her menstrual cycle maybe for the very first time, and she knows nothing much and she has stained up maybe in class? What do you think is the role of the men in the society and the boys that are surrounding a girl's society?
Well, thank you very much. That's really a good question. You know, we are now in a 21st century, right? Back then, girls in menstruation, while they're, in their cycle, they were meant to be home, meant to separate from the world. Yes, you get. And they were not, actually they were regarded as, I don't know how I should actually bring it, but if you're in your menstrual cycle and you're near a man, like there is a way they judge you, oh, she's in her periods or what. But now it's a 21st century whereby we associate, whereby we are also, we are also in school, we are also at work, and we get to associate with these people. So whereby these men, or the gender, that our opposite gender, should literally get to understand that this is a normal thing and this is absolutely going to happen every month to any girl, and possibly if they have sisters or they are able to give birth to daughters, they will still see these things. So whereby they should stop having that mentality of, me, I can't help, a lady can. No, you're a man and you literally have all the knowledge that is regarded, because nowadays in school they teach, right? They no longer separate girls, and they literally include everybody and they tell them all the knowledge they should have. So I feel like it should be a necessity for a man or a male to learn these things, so that in the future, you never know, they will give birth to daughters, they have sisters, they have friends, whereby they should have at least a little bit of knowledge about these things and how they can overcome such challenges. Maybe when, it's your first time and you don't know, but then you have a brother, you get, a brother might be having that knowledge, you get. So, so what I'm arguing, what I'm telling them and emphasizing is that they should try their best to research more about these guys. It's not only about ladies. You have a sister, you have a friend, you'll be a parent at a certain point of life. So you should learn this so that in case it happens, you're not off guard.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving the gentlemen out there a clear view of how they should be more interactive with these ladies during that period. Now, coming back to the menstrual cycle of a girl, what are the menstrual disorders that they usually face, and when does one really need to seek help? When do you think one needs to seek help, maybe from a medical personnel or someone that understands it better?
Yes, so some of the disorders these ladies or young girls get to face are cramping. Those cramps, like they are in the abdominal area. There's that tense pain that I can't even explain. And then some get the backache around here. They tend to have some backache. Others get fever, and others really get very, very ill to the point where they can't stand or sit, where they just have to lay down, because that's where the body feels more comfortable. Now,
don't forget about
and the bloating. There's a way the stomach tends to gas up, because during this time, there's the system of the body is facing different things. This is changing, you're cramping and all that. So those are the disorders some of these young girls get to face. And the time to know the time to understand that right now I need to seek medical help, I need to go to a personnel, is I feel like if it exceeds beyond your control, and you feel like, because these cramps tend to be controllable. When you're home, you get a cup of tea, just get yourself a cup of tea to just get some warmth here, and tend to remove that excessive and then I don't know, but I heard somehow that some get Panadols and take to relieve the pain. Some get these red and yellow painkillers or something. But back then, when I was in school, they told us that there's nothing that can relieve the pain, or you don't need to take specific drugs for the pain to heal. But these days, I'm getting to hear those things.
These days, once you transform to painkillers, it's addictive.
Yeah, it's
addictive. Yeah.
But every month, I'm going to take my Panadol and heal.
And I'll be okay.
I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But the time to get to know that right now I need to seek medical help is, I feel like the moment you feel it is excessive. It is excessive. You've been there for like, most times it's 2 to 4 days. And the first day, the moment you feel like this is so excessive, then go get some help from a medical personnel, and they will tell you what to do. Please don't medicate yourself. Like how you've been hearing me, I give myself Panadols
and I feel better.
And I feel better. No, don't medicate yourself. The moment you feel it's so excessive, please go to a medical personnel.
Okay, and I think the conditions that we're missing out on now, when someone should be able to seek out for help from a doctor, is the polycystic ovary syndrome and the endometriosis, and this could strongly affect someone's fertility future, or being able to have kids or not. Girls are now, for a girl out there, or for a girl in an area, in a low-key area, an underdeveloped area that doesn't have sanitaries, what would you suggest they use during that period?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's really a question that we have actually been studying on and researching on at Richer Hand. You find that those people in deep villages don't literally have access to these sanitary pads. You get, and you find that when it comes to their menstrual cycle or that time of a month, they're literally using leaves. Sometimes tend to stay home. And they're like, from Monday to Wednesday, maybe when my period is ending, I'll be home. They're not putting anything, you get. So this is really so hurting and painful because we have been seeing development and the way, and a certain group is still left behind. But then, thanks to God that they have at least thought to those people, find a way of helping these people, that you can't get money every month, but then you can use reusable pads. So I believe if at least these leaders in the society get time and they teach these young girls to make their own pads, just like in school they used to teach us how to make reusable pads. These pads are very nice, but at a certain point dangerous if you're not hygiene. If your hygiene is not really that good, you get, because you can get like 2 to 3 reusable pads and you're like, I'll use it, then after using it I'll wash it and dry it, you get. But then
actually sun-dried.
Yeah, sun-dried. So I feel like if these leaders in those villages bring that knowledge, and it doesn't only stay in modernized cities and areas, they also take it there, it will really be helpful to that girl that doesn't know anything about sanitary pads, to that girl that doesn't know that, literally I can use reusable and still move and still go to school. Yeah, you get, because it's literally should I say it's a scary moment to them once they reach that moment of the month, because they're like, my programs are now failing, I'm not going to school, I'm not, but then if they bring this, I feel like it will really help them a lot.
Okay, and sure we are getting time bad. Maybe 1 or 2 last views about what you think girls should do better to keep up with their menstrual health in a society.
Yes, again and again, I'm still emphasizing a lot of hygiene, ladies. Please be hygienic. The time of the month, you really have to be extra careful. And as we said, the moment you feel you can't surpass the pain, please don't medicate yourself. Get some help. The moment you have, what do they call them? Just like you said, PCOS, ovaristic syndrome, please, that is the time you should. Actually, those are the worst case scenarios where you should immediately ask for help and talk to a doctor. Please don't medicate yourself. Don't medicate yourself. Talk to a doctor, and please be careful. Other than that, you know, it's just normal things. Time of the month, it comes, it goes, and everything is back to normal. Please be safe.
Okay, yeah. And your last views to the girls out there on those that are unfortunate enough to have sanitaries every single month, and how to keep up with the hygiene.
Yes. There is something that I would literally want to outline out. You know, they usually say sanitary pads, it can literally take you for from 4 to 8 hours, right? But even though you're not having that excessive bleeding, please maintain cleanliness. Once you feel like it's beyond the hours, yes, the pad might not be full, but it's beyond the hours, please remove it. And that's how you keep the hygiene, and that's how you will prevent yourself from getting the itchy skin down there or having sunburns. You know, these pads literally affect us in ways that we can't tell. Some people get rashes, some people get wounds, and that's because you literally wear it for a long time and you're like, I'll not remove it till it gets full. Girl, please, if you know you're going there, carry 1 to 2 pads in your bag. Don't wait for it to get full just because you know that I'm not having excessive bleeding, so I'll keep it maybe throughout the day. No, that's really dangerous. And if you want to be smart and clean and you don't want smell, please try to change at least every after 4 to 5 hours. That's what I would say to a clean girl. And another thing, you could use this app. This app helps girls that literally don't know how to count their menstrual cycle. It's called Flow. Let me see if I don't know if the camera can zoom it, but let me check for it here. So this app, back then when I'd started my menstrual, I can't lie, I wouldn't manage to count my
cycle to keep up with it.
Yes.
Calculate when and how I'm going to, when I'm stopping, when will I start. And
so this app helps you to count your days. I don't know if you can see it. It's
I think they can literally search.
Yeah, it's called Flow, F-L-O. Yeah. So this app is really nice, and it literally guesses your days very well. It has literally helped me to know where my menstrual is literally not okay or okay. I literally, it helps me to know my normal days, and if my menstrual is kind of abnormal, it will still tell according to the signs that I tell it, because it asks me on a daily basis how I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing, whereby that's where it bases to predict your day that you're having your next period. So I would encourage every girl there, mostly those in school, at campus, because it's secondary, but mostly at school, those in hostels, you should get yours, and we no longer have these surprise periods. Yes, they come, but it has literally reduced. So this is really a game changer for any girl out there. So that's what I would really advise them. Thank you.
Okay, and I think we are time, but we are coming to the end of the show. We've been together from 9 a.m. and it's now coming to 11 a.m. And I would love to thank everybody that has been sitting there watching. I would love to thank Kololo High for sending in representatives. And I would also love to thank the two ladies I've had in studio with me today for the very wonderful discussion, to the girls out there, because we feel like these are issues that are not discussed at home. Maybe parents don't have the time, and maybe at school you're a little bit shy to have these conversations with the right people. But here at Youth Hub, we promise to have these conversations with you quite more often. And for the gentlemen, my gentlemen are in field, but they send their regards to the Youth Hub lovers. Ladies, they have you sorted out. And for those at prom schools, I hope you guys have dressed to kill. And for that, TV1 says don't touch your remote. See the difference. We have so many programs coming up. We have Spotlight, UG Talent, we have Sabbath Special. You do not have to miss out on these wonderful programs that we have lined up for you. Ladies, your menstrual health matters a lot. How you take care of yourself and your hygiene also matters. And back to the conversation we had earlier, student voices can also make a very huge difference in the future of the nation, so they should also be given a little bit more attention than we have been getting. And with that, my name is Lexa. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys have a great week ahead of you that is coming up. We meet in church tomorrow. Let's thank God for the life, and we meet in the next programs. Don't touch your remote, and thank you for watching.